All right, everybody, we're going to get started. In the interest of time, I'll continue to monitor my emails to make sure everybody has a link. My name is Cheryl Weaver. I'm your conference benefits officer for Northern Illinois and Wisconsin. I've invited WestPath Benefit Education Department to come today and share the Compass overview with us. If you haven't seen it, it might be all new information, or hopefully it's a review. And then at the end, you can put any questions that come up during the presentation in the chat. But what we'll do is we'll stop recording after the presentation, and then I'll open it up for questions so that we're not recording that part of it. So with that, I'm going to introduce to you two of WestPath's finest benefit educators, Cheryl Hatcher and Todd Creviston. It's all you guys.
All right. So thank you so much for that wonderful introduction, Cheryl. So I'm again Cheryl Hatcher, WestPath. Been with the company now for 6 years, just 6 years, just a couple weeks ago. So I'm happy to be able to present this information today. What I want to preface this by saying right from the start is I am going to be speaking regarding the participant piece. If you are someone who also is the treasurer or having to pay for these benefits, for the retirement benefits, that's going to be a question that Cheryl will be coming back and at the end and talk through that administration piece at the end. So with that in mind, just think of this piece as you being the participant, you being the one in the plan, which you are, and then just gather all that information that way. Okay. So with that in mind, let's get going. So this is going to be a good overview regarding the Compass plan, which is starting as of January 1st of 2026. So it's coming up in a little over 3 months away. And it's called Compass. Like our other plans, they were like CRSP, MPP, they were acronyms of something. Compass is just Compass. We want to make sure that you're heading in the right direction with your retirement, hence Compass. First, what won't change? What we want you to know. Existing benefits will not change. If you're a U.S. clergy person who is retired and receiving payments through CRSP or our older pension plans, such as the ministerial pension plan or the pre-82, your benefits will not change. Your pension or annuity will get paid just as it is paid today, and you will still get cost of living increases that you get as of now. If you're a U.S. clergy person still in active ministry, you won't lose your benefits that you've already earned. Okay, make sure that sinks in. You don't lose anything you've earned. You will earn benefits through CRSP until December 31st of 2025. Those benefits will still be there waiting for you until you actually get into that retirement stage. Then starting January 1st of 2026, you will start accruing benefits under the new Compass plan. Another thing that won't change is the eligibility. So clergy who are eligible for the CRSP plan will be eligible for under the Compass plan. For the Wisconsin clergy, you appointed 3/4 time or 75% or above, you're eligible. For Northern Illinois clergy appointed half time or 50% or above, you're eligible for the Compass plan. Okay. So why do we feel that Compass is the right solution? So we've heard the concerns, thoughtful, heartfelt, and honest about whether this new plan is truly more equitable than what came before. And I want to be clear that WestPath has worked diligently, in-depth collaboration with partners across the connection to prepare for what we believe is the most faithful and grounded next step in supporting the long-term well-being of the clergy as well as the church. We know that there are ideas as we all strive to find ways to perfect these plans. And as most of our work, we will continue to collect insights and data and see if there are items that we can possibly enhance with this plan. Many of the design choices we made likely, like the monthly flat dollar contribution, wouldn't typically appear in a secular benefits plan, but we thought it was very important to include it for our church. The flat dollar amount is one way we aim to ensure a base level benefit that moves us toward more adequate income replacement in retirement. So this is multifaceted work. It won't be quick or easy, and it hasn't been, but we're in it together. We do it well and we do it faithfully. Being an account-based retirement plan, it relies heavily on both the UMC and participant contributions. And there are potentially three different types of UMC contributions. So you've got the $100 per month, which increases 2% in $5 increments. That is money that you receive, again, just for you being you. It's pay dependent contribution of 3% compensation. And then there's a matching contribution, which is $1 for dollar. So again, that 3% contribution into the plan, again, is for you being you. So you get 150 per month plus the 3% of your plan compensation. And then this is where we want to be in partnership with you. You have, if you're putting in, your matching will be $1 for dollar basis up to 4% of your compensation. So what we're looking for from you is to actually have that 4% put into it. So you receive the full amount out of the plan, which is the extra 4% for the contribution. If you are already putting more in, say you're putting in, 6% right now, come January, your amount will stay at 6%. You won't drop down to 4%. If you're not putting in 4% now, you will be moved up to 4%, and then it will go up from there. So we're going to look at each of these three pieces, and we've broken them down. And this is how the components the clergy will actually share in these contributions. So these are the amounts, the three different ways that money is going to be put into Compass. And so this is what we want to make sure that you're aware of. Clergy partnership is essential. So we need you to unlock that match through your contributions. With Compass, the UMC and the clergy share the responsibility for building your clergy retirement savings during active ministry. Personal contributions to the Compass plan will actually help the participant take full advantage of potential long-term growth and tax benefits and can lead to better outcomes. We always tell participants to contribute what they can reasonably afford, but with Compass, the message is to try for at least 4% of your compensation to take full advantage of that matching contribution. So again, the goal is to have everyone at least 4% of pay. And if you're struggling with that, you can feel free to contact EY Financial Planning Services to help come up with a plan to get to at least that 4% contribution level. The old saying in investing goes, the best time to plant an oak tree is 20 years ago, but the second best time is today. So if you are already contributing 4% today, then that's great. But as many of you know, a key component to the retirement plan is steady contributions over retirement over time. Compounding interest results in your investment growing exponentially over time because you earn interest not only on your initial principal, but also on that accumulated interest. So this interest on interest effect leads to faster growth compared to simple interest where only the principal earns that interest. So I'm going to give you a little example of how these contributions can grow over time. So to help illustrate this point, here's a potential projection of someone contributing over 40 years Now, again, it can be, your situation may be different. But this is just someone who's contributing over 40 years with a 7% return assumption. So while education on the importance of clergy contributing at least 4% of compensation is imperative, for a clergy person who earns $50,000, including the 35% parsonage that we'll talk about in a little bit as well, we can demonstrate the importance of active participation in the plan. In this example, clergy person A has only contributed 1% throughout their entire career. There has been no automatic escalation, and their final contribution rate was 1%. Okay, so they haven't contributed anything more over that 40 years. Their projected monthly income is, let's say, around a little over $4,200, and that makes an income replacement ratio of around 38%. Okay, still good, but could it be better? And that's where clergy person B comes into play. They've actually contributed 4,000 or four, excuse me, 44% over 40 years. They have not increased, had an automatic escalation, and they haven't increased that 4% amount. Just been straight 4% the whole time. Once they get to retirement, then they're looking at around about $7,300 about, for their participant in the UMC contributions, which equates out into about a 66% income replacement ratio. Okay. This is just for the Westpath money. That does include any other income. So not Social Security or any other spousal income if there may be. So as you can see, definitely a greater increase by having more money in the plan. Now, clergy person C is someone who's actually you started their contributions at 4%. There is an automatic escalation, which means that the money goes up 1% each year. And then the maximum that you can put in then would be 10%. So as far as the automatic escalation is concerned, you can certainly put in more than 10%. But for this example, this person put in 4%, went up 1% each year for about 6 years and stopped at 10%. They've been contributing 10% then all the time after that. Once they get to retirement, they're looking at something close to $10,000, which is actually an income replacement ratio of about 89%. When you factor in Social Security of about 30 to 35% on a conservative basis, you're already making, a clergy person C would already be making more in retirement than they would be while they're actively working. So this is just a chart to show how that compounding of interest really helps people when they are, contributing into their retirement plan. Now, I had mentioned about some other additional design features. So here's one that we wanted to talk about. So a few of these that are actually coming up. So we don't want clergy, who have a significant debt or just coming into ministry from a seminary to have to make a decision between paying down their student debt or contributing to the retirement plan. So Compass recognizes that, and more information will be coming out within the next few months and then all into 2026, that Compass will feature a benefit that will provide the employer match up to the 4% if you're making those qualified student loan payments. So while you may not be contributing to the Compass plan yourself, you'll still receive the UMC match as if you were. So we actually have a great video on this on our Compass website that further helps explain this and to show you how those are interested in this feature. And then for years and years, the value of the parsonage for benefit plan purposes was determined as 25% of base pay. Comparing it with actual values and with housing allowances, we determined that that amount was a little bit too low. So therefore, the plan increases that value to 35% of base pay, subject to some minimum no less than 10% or of $10,000 and the maximum up to the 35% of the bishop's compensation. So the plan also requires contributions from the UMC or the plan sponsor, and these contributions to to life stage investment management during the active years, and life stage retirement income during retirement is when you'll actually be how you'll be receiving those funds in retirement. Okay, so a lot of different plan features that is going to be coming up with the Compass plan. So to give you a little bit more information regarding the each of these types of features and benefits, we're going to talk a little bit more about that value assigned to the parsonages. So most clergy either get a parsonage or they get a housing allowance, such as a cash payment meant for housing. Housing is a significant part of the clergy compensation, and therefore it's counted as pay for purposes of determining pension contributions. So for years and years, the value of that parsonage was deemed at 25%, and the value solely came from definitions in the plan document. However, when the design team actually compared it with the actual value and with housing allowances, again, we determined that it was too low. So we did need to, we wanted to increase that for the basis of your plan compensation for just putting money into your retirement plan. That has nothing else to do with taxes or anything else, just increasing the value for your retirement plan compensation. Okay. Now, as I just talked about a little bit about as well for the student loan, so this is counts as qualified loan payments as if they were clergy compensations, contributions to earn that 4% plan sponsor match. What type of student loans are qualified? We've got lots of information out on our website, which I'll show you at the end. But you will, these could apply to if the student loan is in your name for yourself, student loan is in your name for a spouse, or student loan in your name for, let's say, a dependent, a child going to college. You will have the opportunity to actually self-manage and self-direct, self-certify these qualifying payments. More information, again, will be coming up within the next year for that. And this would be something that's done on an annual basis. Okay. And then that self-certification will be done through Benefits Access. And we'll have more information based on the Secure 2.0 Act legislation. Some of these additional features, the automatic features in Compass, are to help protect clergy who are potentially less engaged. And this is to super important for clergy to make those contributions. That's the key to ensuring that they're financially prepared for retirement. I will say that I do not know of anybody who has told me personally that I have too much money in retirement. I don't know what to do with it. So this is a way we want to help you with that process. So some of these automatic features are ways to help get the clergy, get you in to make contributions who might not otherwise get around to doing so. So that automatic enrollment, again, you're going to be put in at 4%. Again, if you're already at 4% or something higher than that, whatever you're at, if you're higher than 4%, you will be in that percentage come 1/1 of 26. Okay. Automatic escalations will be something that every year your increase to your contributions will increase automatically by about 1%. And then that again is just to help increase the money that you're incrementally saving over time. You always have the option to to lesser that or to have default options. But again, we're here to help you make the most of your retirement, and that means putting that money in there. So again, you can opt out of this if you want, but note that in the current plan, approximately 80% of clergy make at least the necessary 1% contribution to receive the match. But now we're going to need to have people go up to 4% in order to receive that 4% match. So you're putting in 4%, the plan will match 4%. You're getting 3% for just you being you, plus the $150 a month or $1,800 in a year. Again, so more than 11% is being put into your retirement for you putting in 4. So to get that match, we want you to put in at least that 4. Here is just another, you know, slide showing how the contributions are going to be. So again, if you're putting in nothing now, you're going to be auto enrolled at 4% before tax. If you are less than 4%, you will be auto enrolled at 4%. And if you're at 4% or more, you're going to keep that amount that you're putting in. If you're putting in a dollar amount, then that is going to be converted to a percentage so that it's all based on the same amounts and it's easier for administration. Now, when we go through life stage retirement income, hopefully this is a topic that you're familiar with, but life stage investment management is a Westpath product that approximately 80% of our people already having the UMPIP and other defined contribution accounts already utilize. So life stage investment management automates the investment of your account based on your risk tolerance and other key personal information. This is um, uh, um, it is a management tool for all of your defined contribution accounts, which Compass will be, and all of your other defined contribution accounts that you already have. So it's personalized directly for you. Your retirement is going to be different from mine, different from Cheryl's, different from Todd's. So we want to make sure that you are utilizing this to the best ability that you can. Quarterly, quarterly based on your date of birth, the investment allocations are going to be reviewed and see if a rebalance is needed. Now, what that means is that if we deem that your benefits should be, let's say, at 60% for stocks, 40% for bonds, and then let's say over time, those, as you know, those accounts can go up and down as they have within the last few years. But let's say that those amounts come even at 50% each, 50% for stocks, 50% for bonds. We actually want you at that 60-40 amount. So what we need to do is we need to rebalance, which means we need to shave off some of the bonds and then buy more stocks to get you back at that 60-40 level. That's what this does. Okay, so if you actually happen to go out into your statement and you see that there have been transactions made on your account and you're like, hey, I didn't do these. That's life stage working in the background to make sure that you are in that correct mix of where we deem you to be as far as what life stage investment management deems you to be in. Okay. So again, this will be required for all of the contributions from the UMC. And as I mentioned, most participants already utilize it and manage their contributions from their paycheck. When we talk about life stage retirement income, this is actually now called the spending phase. So when you're in retirement, you're getting this money out of your retirement plan. So the spending phase is when you actually draw money from your own personal piggy bank. So as we said in the beginning, so one key challenge in this account-based plan is to make sure that you draw the right amount out. We don't want you to take money out too little. Um, you will needlessly limit your standard of living, but we also don't want you to take money out too fast because you can run the risk of running out of money. So for our football-minded people, we want you to look at a field goal, okay? Not taking out money too fast, not take money out too slow, right in the middle. So think of that as a goalpost. So whether you're Packer or Bear fans or some other team, we want you to kick that field goal right in the middle, okay? So that's how we want you to receive that money. All right, and then to help with that, we have a designed or managed an automatic payment system that's actually built into the plan, and which is called the Life Stage Retirement Income. And it's a program that actually determines how much you can safely take out of your retirement account without running out of money. It will automatically adjust based on how the markets move, and if markets go up, you can take more. If markets go down, it will adjust accordingly. So the program actually allows you to optimize Social Security by delaying Social Security benefits, if so you can actually take more money from the Compass account earlier in retirement and wait to begin Social Security until you're older for a higher Social Security amount. You could actually receive up to a 24% higher amount if you wait for Social Security, but you don't have to do that. This is just another form. This is a way to actually help you receive that money if you were to delay Social Security. It's called the Social Security Bridge. So note that, there's also a program also offers you to take a deferred annuity. This is called a longevity income protection plan, and this would actually start at age 80. All right, and so there's a guarantee of benefits or payments, no matter for how long you live. And again, with the recent IRS legislation, on average, the cost of that is about 15% of your account balance. Also note that using the automatic system is mandatory for the employer money. So all the amounts, the match and the 3% and the $150 per month, that employer money will be utilizing life stage retirement income. There's no restrictions for that for your money, the employee money, nor is the use of the features related to Social Security or the deferred annuity requirement. And lastly, there is a hardship exception that allows full access to the money if you need to, due to illness or other reasons. Now, regarding the projection tool, if you've been to any of our seminars, you might have received a benefit projection amount or a 4-page document showing your benefit projection. This already has been updated to include Compass in it. It incorporates the employer money as well as the employee money. And then also there is for the benefit projection with that change in 2024 General Conference, that MPP amount of 65%, where originally it had to be as an annuity, now it can be as a defined contribution. You have an option. That also has been updated in the benefit projection tool. And if you have any questions on how that is, you can certainly contact the benefit education team by going through a benefit consultation. Or, of course, you can always contact Cheryl and she can go through that with you as well. So, what do you need to know? As you're transitioning to Compass, you can rest assured that your CRSP benefits are secured, protected, and they will be there when you are ready to take them. Transitioning to Compass is easy. If you're currently enrolled in CRSP, you'll automatically be enrolled into Compass. Nothing that you need to do with the same contribution rates. And we're here to help you understand and navigate any of those changes. Westpath wants you to make sure you have all of the information you need when so that you feel comfortable, confident, and secure with not only this change, but also with your retirement accounts. So Westpath is with you in this transition, committed to open, ongoing communication to help you understand and manage your retirement planning effectively. You're not alone in this journey. Join our webinars or connect with the EY financial planner to ask questions and receive guidance or from your retirement planning experts. Compass puts you in control of your retirement savings, offering more flexibility with an account-based plan. So this means that you can actually manage your investments according to your personal retirement goals and even leave a legacy for your loved ones if that's what you so choose. Benefit from features like life stage retirement income, which adjusts your withdrawals to optimize your financial security, and additional options like Social Security Bridge and longevity income protection to maximize your retirement income. So we do believe that all clergy deserve a secure and meaningful retirement, and Compass is committed to fairness and support for clergy at all income levels. So special features like matching contributions for qualified student loan payments and increased contributions for those with lower salaries ensure that everyone can aim for a comfortable retirement. So engage with Compass today to secure a financial tomorrow. Every contribution you make now has a compound effect, enhancing your financial stability for the future. Understand how your active participation today builds a more secure retirement. So those small changes can significantly impact your retirement savings. By understanding and utilizing the tools and benefits available, you can position your retirement account for success. So maintaining your momentum towards financial security by keeping your auto escalation option active. Aim to contribute 4% or more by January 1st of 2026 to maximize your church's matching contributions and ensure you are on the best path towards a comfortable retirement. Now, as I mentioned, there's plenty of communications that we are discussing throughout this whole year. We've had a number of communications that have come out in the first and second quarters. We're in that third quarter right now with the rolling out of their brochure and quarterly emails about Compass. Quarter four is where we're going to be wrapping up and having some webinars regarding Compass, rolling out the quarterly email is going to be in November. And of course, Compass starts as of January 1st of 2026, which the communication won't stop then. We're going to continue to have more information about Compass, and this information is available in Spanish and Korean if need be. So we have that available. And as I mentioned, we had a Compass web page. This is where we are housing all of the information that we are gathering, collecting. This is your home base for all of the Compass information. And we're going to continue to increase this and put more in there. We've got frequently asked questions that are out there. Again, this is where a couple of the videos about Compass, the UMC and clergy contributions, as well as that student loan provision. You can try to get more information through that as well. So I appreciate your time and being with me today to discuss the Compass plan. And let me know if you have any questions, and we will chat about that as we continue on. But I'm going to hand it off to Cheryl